Lenovo is taking some heat in China right now on the flip side. Because of this trade stuff, because of the situation with Huawei and other brands and companies and Trump and the rest of it, consumers in China are paying close attention to the behavior of brands and where they stand on matters, particularly how patriotic they are. And Lenovo recently, they changed their name on Chinese social media. Not a big change. Like for me, it doesn't stand out as that big of a deal, but apparently to the locals, they read into it. They quietly changed their name to Lenovo China on the major social media platform in China, Weibo. And this happened on May 31st. It triggered a heated debate about the company's patriotism during an ongoing trade war in the U.S. So there's been a couple things accumulating specifically with Lenovo. Lenovo has a weird history because, of course, they bought the ThinkPad brand from IBM, an American company, once upon a time. And they still maintain ThinkPad on the products, on their laptop products. And a lot of the ID, a lot of the origin of that product still exists in this product here. So the interconnectivity there between like the global component of this brand is just sort of baked into its origin story. Now, I guess previously it was named Lenovo, China's Lenovo or something like this, or maybe just Lenovo. Because if you read some of the comments from other people on social media that were unhappy, the article here via South China Morning Post, where's the comment here? Trending. Let everyone know Lenovo is a patriotic company. Wait, not that. Where is it, Will? There's a comment here.
Lenovo China and China's Lenovo is not the same.
That's the comment I'm looking for. Willie Do to the rescue. We almost had to call it a day there. We almost had to just close up shop. Jack had beads of sweat coming down. You know, it's been a long day. He's been in a mood all day. And there's not much we can do about it. I mean, he could probably use a refreshing beverage. Guy like Jack. On a Friday. Got the big game coming up. You know? But we got problems to solve first, Jack. All right? We got to get to the bottom of this one. So, we'll get to those beers. It'll happen. So, Lenovo China and China's Lenovo is not the same. That's the top comment on this Weibo situation here. And then another comment read, it is only normal for a foreign company to add China behind its name. So in other words, if you put the China at the end of the social media name, it implies the brand is global and this is only the China department. In other words, it's less localized. You see this happen on social media even here, right? Like we're in Canada, so you'll see like there'll be like a Canadian tag for a particular brand, which is global, even though they're not headquartered in Canada. Their social media in Canada will have Canada at the end. So what they're saying is if you're from China, if China's your important market, if you're patriotic, why do you have to put the China at the end? And so there's other stuff associated with the story. It's not the first time. If you feel like people are overreacting, yeah, Huawei Device USA. I mean, this kind of stuff happens all the time, right? It's all over social media. But the... Apparently, there have been comments made in the past from the chairman of Lenovo. He said stuff like, hey, we could, if the trade war continues, we could move some of our production outside of China. He said something like this at a public event. He also said at some point, we're not a Chinese company, we're a global company. He used that terminology. So, I mean, honestly, Will, it's all unfortunate, this kind of talk. I am a big fan of Lenovo products. Honestly, I don't even see a great substitute for this laptop that I'm using. Like, that's how much I like it. I don't even really have a plan B right now. Like, I just really like this laptop.
You want to go back to the MacBook?
No, I'm not going back to the MacBook. How dare you, by the way. I got this keyboard. It's a different experience. I'm on Windows now. It's the weight to screen ratio of this laptop, the X1 Carbon, It's bananas. Like 2.4, 2.5, 2.4 pounds, some of these, and a 14-inch screen. What would I be looking at? I'd be looking at a MacBook Air, which is a 13-inch screen, and 3 pounds. It's half a pound heavier, you know? So everyone who picks this up is like, wow, that's light. Of course, we're going to get the Lenovo folding screen laptop, folding display laptop coming in here shortly as well. So, yeah, so it's unfortunate. I see the point. Of course, they're a global company. A lot of companies do this regional stuff. I'm not sure I would read into it myself, but again, I'm not in the local landscape. I'm not on Weibo. I don't, maybe this is a thing that people look out for there. And maybe that's why people get upset. But for the record, people get upset online, for less than this. We've been in that situation before. Not everybody's going to love your comment, your name change, what you say in a video. And so maybe there's a piece of it that's that. But let's get back to the global perspective, Will. Let's get back to the place where, the trade just flows. Just flows. Technology loves that, right? That's how innovation takes place. And I feel like I got to keep reminding people, like, just check your pocket. Check your pocket right now. Look at the smartphone you have. Tell me where it came from. Tell me how many countries were involved in the elements and how many human beings, man. Because, Will, I told you before, we traveled there. We traveled to the production facility. We saw the human beings that put these things together for us with incredible focus. And I'm a man of appreciation. I can point it out when it happens. A lot of people want to talk a big game like, we can just move this production anywhere in the world. Like as if the skill set, as if the execution, as if the complexity is something that just maps to any country, anywhere, to any facility, anywhere. I'm telling you, through my personal exposure and through my perspective beginning with appreciation, it's a lot that goes into it. So stare down at your smartphone. I don't care what it is, even if it's an iPhone, came from Foxconn. All right? So somewhere around the world, a lot of people, they had their hands on that product. They worked on that product, and the materials inside of it, they came from all over the place too. So this little trade war right now, you may be on the side of it, which is like, hey, doing what they got to do, bringing jobs back, whatever angle you want to play that could be where you could see a positive angle for it, it's still temporary. Eventually, as proven through this marketplace, the best things get better when more people have access and when more people are able to participate in the game. That's just the way it goes. All right? That's the way it has gone. Presumably, it's the way it continues to go. So we got to be careful playing with these situations. You got to be careful about it. That's all.